Everybody, we are live from Carroll Stream 2024 SSA Men's 16-inch Class A National Championship Tournament. This is with the gloves, and it is the biggest 16-inch softball national championship tournament in the country. We had 34 teams to start. We're whittling it down. This is a winter bracket semifinal between the Fat Kids and 10 Deep. The winner will advance to the winter bracket championship. This is double elimination. They'll play either Savage or Sauce that are playing in the diamond just off of the first baseline here, or third baseline, excuse me. So kicking off our coverage today with this, and overcast day, pleasant temperatures. Wind's been kind of varying. It picks up and it dies down a little bit. Right now it's blowing out towards center field. Not much at field level, but they got flags on the foul poles and they're both blowing right at center field. So anything hit to either alley is going to probably get a little boost. Anything hit down either line might be fighting a little bit of a cross breeze. So again, this is 16-inch softball, a little different twist. We're using gloves this weekend. And 60-foot bases, you can lead off, you can't steal. 38 feet from the pitching rubber to the point of home plate. Because we're wearing the gloves, pitcher must maintain contact with the pitching rubber, which for all intents and purposes here on the turf is just sprayed on. And we do use heavy bats up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel, 300-foot fences all the way around. Got a fair amount of foul territory. Can see it really slopes down though. And open count. So you're up to speed on the rules. Traffic actually lost 1-0 to Sub City. I think they were saying Sub City only had one hit in the game, and there was only a total of about 5 or 6 in that game.
All right, come on now, Hans. Let's go, kid.
So leading off, it's going to be TP, Terrell Peterson, then Dello Irving, and Robert Fisher. So we're underway here. Fat Kids have looked very good, although last night they got a odd scare. They were up 13-1, and they had to hold on to win 15-14 over that Sub City team. And there's a little ground ball back to Angelo Feliciano for out number 1, and we're underway here. So here comes Dello Irving. His full name is Cordell, and I really like this kid. I think he's got a chance to move into the ranks of young and upcoming future stars. He's got all the tools, young shortstop. And there he just flips one. Nice job by Alberto Magana. They call him Chulo. In the top of the 7th inning last night, Fat Kids were clinging to a 14-13 lead. He hit a solo home run in the left center field for a little insurance. Turned out to be the game winner. So 2 up, 2 down. And there's a little pop-up. Robert Lewis over to Nick Jones. 10 Deep goes 1, 2, 3. Fat Kids coming to bat. One thing they've been good at this weekend is they've been jumping up on teams in the first inning. So 1, 2, 3 here. And it's been a good weekend for 10 Deep. They've been making good progress all year. And I think that's an example. They've played in Westchester, played in the North-South. I believe they were in the midsummer. So they've been playing up in competition all summer, and it's kind of showing up here a little bit as they've had a real good run here. And of course, Maurice and Reggie doing a good job with this ball club. And a little kind of strange, they got Irving playing third base today. And they got Von Bardney playing shortstop. So normally we see Cordell over there. So a little bit of a change. So it's going to be Jason Camarillo, Tom Boyle, and Anthony Misek, the first three scheduled hitters.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, Jay. Start it, Jay. We hustle, we hustle. Hey! Now you see the kid. Go, boy! Good eye. Ready, ready.
And there's a little flare, and that's going to drop, and now it skips, and that's going to roll out of play for a ground rule double. So we told you it slopes down here, hit the ground, and it kicked. Nick, dugout. Get him in the dugout. So here's Tom Boyle.
Hey, watch the line drives right here, Jay. Let's go, Tommy.
So leadoff double by Camarillo. He walked the dog. A little inside-out swing. He had that English. Hit that slope and rolled out of play. Had it stayed in play, I think he would have had a triple, but there's no sideline fence. Just a very short, maybe 30-foot fence from the end of the dugout. And then it's wide open. And all of these fields slope a little bit. All of these fields slope a little bit for drainage purposes, so the water will kind of run toward the walkways. And then there's a little slope again. And now there's a walk, so leadoff double and a walk here. Tom Boyle, very patient, home plate jumping around on TP. And now here's Anthony Misek. He's been having a real solid summer. And the Fat Kid's got a couple of guys that can drive it. Noach is one. The on-deck hitter, Peckus, can drive the ball. Alberto Magana is deceptive, but he's built like a brick outhouse. So Fat Kid's trying to jump early. It's towering fly ball. Center fielder is there, makes the catch, fires it into second. Jason was easily going to get to third. Smart play there. He keeps Boyle at first. So one out, runners on the corners now. We are in the bottom of the first, no score for Matt Peckus. And Brandon Molino, Nico Rainier, they've got a lot of guys that can drive the ball on this Fat Kids team. But they're also capable of just throwing it in front of you. And that pitch is a strike, so TP finding a little better rhythm on this hitter. And Peckus drives it toward the gap. No one's getting that ball. It's going to roll all the way to the 300-foot mark. Peckus will stand up with a triple, two-run score. So Matt Peckus just sat back and leaned on it, gave it a ride. We told you anything hit toward the alley was going to get a little bit of a boost, and that ball just kept on carrying. So now they got another runner at third here with less than two for Alberto Magana Chulo, as the Fat Kids have been quick out of the gate all weekend. Takes a strike there. And he looks like he's definitely going to try to drive something here. And he pops it up. Short pop-up, no man's land, and it drops. Third run scores. So the shortstop and the short center were going out left fielder did not take charge. He pulled up on it, and the ball dropped in between 3 10 deep guys. So the coach is going to come out, and they're already making some moves here defensively. I kind of thought if maybe Cordell was playing shortstop, he's got a lot of range. I think he might have been able to get to that ball. And now they put Cordell back over at shortstop. Robert Lewis is going to go to center. That's a big man going out there. And here's Nico Rainier, runner on first now, 3 runs in, and he pounds it to left. And that's trouble. Left fielder got there. Chulo's going to have to retag second. Long throw in. Fisher got up, TP right where he should be, backing it up. So Chulo thought that was going to get over to left fielder, but that's what we talked about. That ball was hit down the line. That little high air cross breeze just kind of knocked it down a little bit. So here's Brandon Molina. Emilio Engel on deck, 2 outs now. Chulo will be running on the swing. So right now, I think if you're 10 deep, you get out of here with only giving up a 3 spot. That's doable. And that ball slashed down the left field line. Now the left fielder bobbled it. That's going to let Chulo score. And Molina, who can fly, gets into second.
Hey, another one, Emilio.
So 10 deep here, a little shaky defensively in the bottom of the first. And that's allowing the Fat Kids to get some opportunities, and they're cashing them in. So here's Emilio Engel, the right fielder. Angelo Feliciano, who threw a perfect game against the Snappers earlier this summer, on deck. And there's a high pop-up, and that ball's trouble if it's fair. It's just foul, though. And that ball bounced away from the left fielder, so 10 deep having a few issues on fly balls here in the bottom of the first. Right now, the Fat Kids look like a pretty confident team. Future 4-0 lead in a loser bracket game versus the Goons. The Goons knocked out F-Town 6-1. And there's a base hit. And now they're going to throw it home. No chance. The run was going to score, and it lets Engel go to second. So that's an example with 2 outs. That runner, Molina, was going to score. He can flat out run.
Hey, you're scoring here.
And a little interesting tidbit I'll get to between half innings of a conversation I had with Bobby Ronald from Savage. I can't quite see what the score is over there. Somebody's got 4. Huh? Savage does? What is it, 4-zip? So Jason going to try to get me a score. And there's the second walk of the inning for Peterson. Brings up Nick Jones. So this inning just going from bad to worse here.
Let's check in right here.
4-0 Savage leading Sauce. They're only in the second inning over there. I'll tell you, Future's having a nice run. And the Goons finished 5th in the B tournament. They got a free entry to come, and they've acquitted themselves very well. So here's Nick Jones. Nick takes a strike. Takes that pitch a little deep. Got the pleasure to coach Nick for a year. And he's got a lot of different swings he can go to.
How to play. Shot. Good idea.
And he flares that down the line, foul. And it's interesting because, we see the slope here. Can see how everything kind of dives toward the walkway. And a lot of times later in the day, you'll see teams put an extra player down there so their left and right fielders can save their legs and not have to go chasing a dozen foul balls during a game. So reset on Nick Jones, 2 strikes here, got to keep it fair. And he goes toward the gap, Lewis, and that ball drops and it skips past. 1 run is in. Angelo had stopped at third, he'll score, and Nick Jones will score. And the Fat Kids have exploded here. And they lead 8-0. And a lot of this has really been self-inflicted. It's just been crazy play in the outfield as 10 Deep is just not tracking the ball very well.
Way to go, guys.
10 Deep right now, their body language, they're really frustrated. You can just see 8-0, and a lot of these balls should have been caught. And if you're TP as a pitcher, you get frustrated, and when you're managing and crazy stuff like that happens. And here's Luke Lowry, the left fielder. Sometimes you got to be concerned that your pitcher will stop competing for you. Bottom of the first, Loke. And here's a ground ball to third, long throw across, and they nip him by a half a step. And, yeah. Kind of be honest with you, I'd want to pull those caps out of there. So you got to make sure your pitcher stays in the fight.
Stay locked in on defense, guys.
And
don't let up.
So big inning, 8 spot. And I got to just take care of something here.
That was a good ball. Go ahead. Your game.
I'll be right back, folks. So we're back, folks. So here we go. 10 Deep finds themselves in an early hole. And there's a ground ball by the first baseman, Tommy Boyle, in time for out number 1. Now we're only in the top of the second. And I think sometimes we commented on an earlier stream earlier in the summer. At this point, as a manager, you're not really managing X's and O's quite as much. You got to turn into a psychologist, and you got to figure out how you can get your team not to necessarily quit, but to keep working. Because you got plenty of outs left here, and you don't need all 8 now, but you'd like to have some kind of a response. Here's Bama Woods. So you'd like to have a response where maybe you put up a couple, and there's an overhand cut, and Luke Lowry can't make the catch. He got there, put the glove up, and just didn't catch it. So a 1-out double. for Bama Woods. And here's Vino Sims. And that's what you got to do if you're 10 deep. You just want to string a few hits together, maybe score 2 or 3, 4 runs, and then all of a sudden your whole attitude goes up. So Goons not giving up. They answer future 4 with a 4 of their own. So Goons, I don't know, top 6 here get paid invites to the major. And there's a bullet. Camarillo can't make the play. Now he faked the throw. Tried to dive back and get Bama, but Jason was on the right field side of the bag. Bama was on the left field side. Jason couldn't get the glove over the bag to make a tag. So nice effort. Jason just couldn't get it. Jumped in the air. And that brings up A.P. Pierce. So this is a good example now. They put two base runners on here, a couple of hits, they can start working their way back in. Looks like Savage has a crooked number up there. And there's a little grounder. Feliciano to Camarillo, double play. And my theory, of course, and it's been proven, they've done actual reports on it, you lose speed when you dive. We did a game last night where I commented about I told Tyler to get the park guy. So, well, no, but see that, I'll be right back, folks. No, not metal, but so we're back, folks, doing a little field maintenance. I wanted them to replace a couple of caps where they have the cutouts for the bases to drop in. Normally they're soft rubber caps, and they had some weird hard plastic, and I didn't like it. So Camarillo going to lead off here, 8-0, bottom of the second. So the double play ball showed up. Yeah, Nathaniel, it's just not faster. I commented yesterday. And Jason, who went down there, and the right fielder was literally standing right there. And I think if you're Jason there, you got to pay attention to that. And you got to check that out because Jason has a tendency to really bend his upper body. It's what we call a tell. And he was so tight that ball almost got over his head. But he stayed with it. Here's Tommy Boyle. Tom hits a high pop-up, and Wu will take care of that, Robert Lewis. So 2 up, 2 down, much better start to the second than we saw in the first. And here's Anthony Mysek.
Let's go 2-3.
And he hits a soft pop-up to the short center. And 10 deep gets what it needed, a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll head to the top of the third, still 8-0. So if any of you are tracking the event with Game Changer, feel free to throw some scores up. Looks like Sauce might have a little something going on over there. I think Savage is still on 4 in the third there. I don't know if Sauce has scored. I can't see that side of the scoreboard. Meanwhile, 5-4 in that Goons game. I think Futures reclaimed the lead as they are in the second only.
Come on, guys. Get a bit of defense.
And there's a swing and a base hit. So 10 deep is starting to get a few base hits as Von Bardney slaps a line drive toward left center. Here's A.P. Pierce. Again, this is the bottom third of the 10 deep lineup. If they're going to come back, these guys are going to have to pitch in.
Go ahead. Go. Right behind.
And there's a little overhand cut. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is fair. And Bardney's going to score. A.P. Pierce, a little overhand cut, literally on the chalk. And 10 deep is on the board, 8-1. So here's the right fielder now, Jeremiah Thomas. Nobody out now, base runner on, run in. And this is another opportunity. They need to start chipping away here a little bit, and there's a strike. In fact, kids do have that tendency on occasion to sit on a lead. And there's a little soft liner caught by Chulo for out number one. Again, Jeremiah Thomas can run. And he tried to flip it over to second baseman, just didn't elevate it. Top of the lineup here with Terrell Peterson.
Thank you.
TP now. Taking a few here. And there's a base hit for Peterson. Hit the lip of the grass, but Molina stayed down, and second run scores, and TP goes to second. He's out. They do score a run to make it 8-2. I didn't like TP going there because when the throw came in, he didn't take the turn. He really wasn't moving. It's like he stopped and restarted. Good throw, good tag. And you never want to get necessarily thrown out like that. And there's Irving with a base hit. He's going to cruise into second. Luke Lowry did a great job to get it in through a strike. Camarillo trying to say that Irving came off the bag when he popped up on the slide. Umpire didn't see it that way. They do score the second run here, and they have another guy in scoring position with two out now for Robert Lewis. And he tried to go hard to left, way out of play. I think Wu falls in love with that overhand swing. This is a guy when we first saw him with high energy who was hitting bombs everywhere. And now as he's gotten older, he's kind of changed his swing. And with the way the ball is carrying, you'd like to see him try to muscle up to an alley. And he's kind of forward in the box. That usually tells you a lot of times that they want to come over the top and try that tomahawk, and he does, but he drives it to a gap. No one gets over the top of Luke and left. One run is in. Wu is flying. This is going to be a two-run homer. That's what I'm talking about. The left fielder, Luke Lowry, when he first hit it, I thought it was going to get through there. He closed the distance, took a little too shallow angle, and that ball just kept drifting on him. Got over the top, and they've cut it in half now, 8-4.
Let's go. Follow that train, man. All right, let's go. 2 down. Let's get out of here.
So that's going to bring up Robert Fisher to the first baseman. Base hit, so 10 deep now. Starting to string those hits together. Again, we are early in this game. It's the third inning. Meanwhile, the Goons in Future are tied at 5 in the second inning. So the Fat Kids will take a little time out. And this all started because the bottom third of the lineup chipped in, got to their top, and the guys at the top are doing what you expect them to do. They're hitting, and here's Bama Woods.
Go, guys. Last out. Let's get the last out. Go, hey, good.
Now Fisher will be running on the swing. He's a tall kid. So I promised you a little trivia tidbit. Didn't get to it because I had to worry about a little field maintenance. And bam, a little pop-up. Long run, makes the catch. But in the inning, they put up a 4 spot. They cut the lead in half. We'll head to the bottom of the third, 8-4. So the trivia was, talk to Bobby Ronald. They played F-Town last night in the game that we showed you. And in that game, Jalen Smith hit a line drive to center field for a base hit, turned it into a double. So Bobby said he went back to watch the live stream, always a good idea, and he timed it out. It took him 5 seconds to get from home to second on a single to center field. That's pretty fast. Of course, Jalen, a very good base runner, does not take wide turns, cuts it right. And when you couple that with his speed, that's a lot of pressure you put on a defense. So here's Matt Peckus. Matt last time up drove a triple into left center field. And Peckus beats it on the ground over to short center. Long throw in time for out number 1. You might have heard Fisher tell him to keep the ball up. And Matt tried to kind of come over the top, beat it into the ground, and here's Chulo. So a little momentum shift here in the ball game. 10 deep suddenly plugged into the ball game after that 4 spot. And Chulo, a hard one hopper, backhand play, long throw, not in time. Shortstop did everything he could, was just too deep and moving away from first base. Threw an accurate one-hop throw, but Chulo hustling all the way, beats it out. So here's Nico Rainier, 1 on, 1 out here, bottom of the third. As the intensity is picked up on both sides here. And there's a line drive, and oh, the left fielder makes the catch. Rainier hit down on the ball, looked like it was going to hump, and all of a sudden it just kind of floated up and to the right, and the left fielder hung in there and made a glove catch. So 2 outs, and here's Brandon Molina. And you can tell once you climb back into a ball game, and the guys on defense, they start to feel better about the project. All of a sudden, the defense follows. So here's Rainier now. And Nico drives it. Looks like a knuckleball. Robert Lewis can't get there. 1 run's going to score. Brandon Molina, 2-run shot. So Fat Kids have been going long in this ball game. ATP flattened out a little bit. That ball was dancing. Lewis tried to actually barehand it. Couldn't make the catch.
We go. Play ball, guys. Come on, let's go. Play ball. We're good.
So here comes Emilio Engel. And there's a little pop-up. Cordell Irving makes the catch. You could see the range on him. In that first inning, there was a little flare, but he was playing third. And they had a ball like that drop between everybody, but Cordell Irving got there no sweat. So we head to the top of the four, 10-4. Meanwhile, Goons in Future, 5-5 in the third. Cannot see the scoreboard. It looks like they're in the fifth inning. And it looks like Savage is still stuck on that 4 mark against Sauce. Can't see what Sauce has.
Make a play. Somebody make a play.
So Sub City, after losing a tough ball game last night, they beat Traffic 1-0. Now they're in a 3-2 game. And on that diamond where they're playing, they're on field 4. The wind is blowing in. So runs are a little tough to get to. The field we're on right here is where the championship is going to be, and the wind continues to blow out. Could be a high-scoring game. There's a towering fly ball. Camarillo makes the out for out number 1. So Vino Sims pops up for out number 1. So now if you're 10 deep, you just scored 4. You did give up a pair. You're down 6, but you still got to continue to swing the bats here. And there's a little line drive. It is just foul. Hitter knew it. Talk all the time about the fact that hitters generally know better than the umpire whether a ball's going to be fair or foul the minute they hit it. And he never even dropped the bat. He was hoping it was going to somehow stay fair, but no shot. And there's another cut, and this time he drops it in fair. So 1 out base hit there for Troll Giles. And it brings up Von Bardney. He started the 4-run third inning. Takes that pitch a little deep. That's inside. If you're Angelo, you really don't want to put anybody on.
There you go, man.
And there's this little flare, Brandon Molina. And I tell you, Brandon is just a very calm, smooth player. Sometimes you'll see outfielders when they run into the ball, glove flopping around, head bobbing. He just kind of glides to everything. Much faster than I think people give him credit for. So here's A.P. Pierce. 2 outs now, runner on first.
Come on, Andrew. Let's work, kid. Let's work.
And that ball is a little short and inside. I get it, Chubbs. You got a man crush on Will.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So here we go. They didn't like that strike call. Giles will be running on contact on the swing. And there's a hard ground ball, and Camarillo makes the play. So they can't do anything with the 1-out single. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, still 10-4 here. Again, the live stream is powered by Gold Rush Gaming. If you're going to put slots in your establishment, go with the gold standard. Go with Gold Rush Gaming. Give them a call at 630-307-0500, or you can email them at inquiries at Gold Rush Gaming, and you can tell them you heard about it on the live stream. And please gamble responsibly. I'd also like to thank our Summer Series anchor partners, Sweet Buzz, and they're one of the reasons why we've been able to get the Summer Series up and running, along with Gold Rush. And of course, we got the fifth leg coming up Labor Day weekend for the men's major national championship tournament. So we'll be releasing some information about that tournament coming up tomorrow.
Come on, Ed.
Leading off, Angelo Feliciano. Angie takes that pitch a little deep. And there's a strike. So 10 deep looked like they were. And there's a little cut, and Irving backpedaled like a safety and then just leaped up and made the catch. We told you he's got big range. That might have been a little bit of a mistake by 10 deep starting him at third to start the game. There's a couple of balls I think he might have had an impact on in that 8-run first inning. And here's Nick Jones. And Nick hammers a base hit up the middle. 1-out single here. Fat Kid's looking to push out again. Up 6. Brings up the left fielder, Luke Lowry. And Luke is one of the younger kids that the Fat Kids are trying to bring along here. And he's shown some flashes. Just needs a little seasoning, and I think he's going to be okay.
Good eye.
Part of it is for young kids, especially when they're playing left field. Little pop-up, long run, and Wu comes in. Jones will stop at second. And it's kind of rough because if you're coming up and you don't know the players, I think sometimes, especially in left, it takes a little while to adapt. You can be a great athlete, but if you don't know what hitters do.
I got you.
So TP tried to pick him off.
Hey, come on.
Go, Jay. Let's go, Jay.
So here's Jason Camarillo now back in the box. First and second here. Jason walked the dog his first time up, tried to do it a second time. Jason doesn't put this in play. You can see where the right fielder is playing him. If Jason hits a line drive to right center, he'll run forever. Wu is squeezing him in center. And he turns and he guides a line drive to center, and Wu will run it in. Bases are loaded. I know one thing, I hit a lot of balls to right field in my career, and if the guy played me there, I'd have been jumping out of my shoes to pound it into right center.
Have fun with that.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, black shirt, Kenny. Somebody on the Fat Kids are you talking about? And Tom Boyle, Irving, they don't get the double play, but Luke Lowry scores from second. And they put two more up. So Boyle beats it out to prevent the double play, and two runners score. Cordell made a nice play to get it to second. But Boyle hustling out of the box beats it. And Mysek hits a towering fly ball. But in the inning, they push a few across. They go 12-4. And we're going to head to the top of the fifth. Meanwhile, looks like the Goons lead 6-5 in the fourth. The Savage game is in the sixth. And if I'm not mistaken, the only Iowa team left, I believe, is Sub City. And they were winning 3-2, somebody said earlier. So it's going to be 10-1-2. Jeremiah Thomas, Terrell Peterson, and Cordell Irving. And at 12-4 now, here in the top of the fifth, if you're 10 deep, you got to worry about the mercy rule. Because you're down by 8, you'd like to get a little closer. And there he just hits a roller, and he beats that out. And everybody always wants to say it was a chop, but he's a left-handed hitter. He's fallen out of the box. I don't see anybody with the...
Don't change nothing.
Oh, it's some kind of... Yeah, I see the shirt. I don't know what that is.
Don't change nothing.
So here's TP, runner on first.
There you go, Ange.
Right behind.
Oh, I see what that is. It's called him out at second. Yeah, it looks like it's some kind of a shirt commemorating Ponce Fiscal, who, of course, was a long-time softball guy. Unfortunately, passed away from cancer. We'll see if we can get over there and show it. So here's Cordell Irving now. And Cordell tries to go big. Luke Lowry makes the catch. Peterson the tag. Strong throwing. Jason went to tag him, didn't even have the ball. Now when it bounced in there, he couldn't make the catch. Well, Tim, I think there's always teams that everybody says are the favorites, and I think coming in last year and this year, everybody thought they were one of the teams.
Watch your right hand, B.
Go, guys. Let's get it.
You know, I think F-Town and Punch, a lot of people were very highly on, but F-Town lost Brendan Boyle to a knee injury. Cut his knee wide open, had to get 16 stitches, no structural damage. So Robert Lewis knocks in another run, and he makes it 12-5. And they were just a little flat this morning.
Hey, watch that come ball in the middle.
Middle.
So that's going to bring up Robert Fisher.
Jay, a little
Hey,
bit.
you gotta make a play right here. Left hand.
Hey, 2 outs. Let's go. Hey, Jay, a little bit. 2 outs.
Fisher takes a strike.
2 outs. Outfield.
And he goes the opposite way and making the catch, Emilio Engel in right field. And we head to the bottom of the fifth, 12-5. Fat kid should push 3 across. That would be the end of the ball game. It looks like Savage and Sauce in the 7th inning over there.
Hey, Marcus, be a leadoff. Let's go.
So we'll see if we can't get the back of the shirt in here. Yo, can you turn around for a second? So you see they got the shirt for Ponch there. Very, very nice tribute jersey there.
Hey, keep going, Maddie. Let's go, Maddie. Starts with you, Matt.
It's a pick back of Ponch there. So here's Matt Peckus. Fat Kid's right now looking at 4, 5, 6.
Let's go, Maddie.
And it looks like they're going to the bottom of the 7th over there with Savage leading. And Peckus goes hard down the right field line, but it drifts foul. So it does look like Savage got off of the 4. They got 5. Everybody always has an opinion, but my question is, what have they ever really done or won at the A level?
Hey, come on, Peckus.
So everybody just wants to automatically kick teams out. And there's a ground ball, big hop, long throw, not in time. And in this particular game, in that first inning, that was just bad defense that gave them the runs. There's always going to be a favorite. So here's Chulo.
Speed, let's go.
Let's go, Chulo. You're good here. He's way back. Chulo, stay up, kid. Come on, baby. Look at the picture. Go out, baby. Go out. What you do, baby? Go up right there. The ball go through. The ball go through. He's right here. He's right behind you.
And Chulo, outfielder there, makes the catch. Throws it in, crazy, way over. And now they've taken Cordell Irving and they put him in center field. Started at third, went to short, now he's in center. So here's Nico Rainier. So 10 deep, a little kind of inconsistent defensively in terms of who they're putting where.
One out here. One out. He's there. He's there. One out here.
All right, let's go.
Right there. He's right there.
And there's a ball drifting out of play. There were a lot of people that thought that F-Town and Punch shouldn't have been in the tournament. And they're both out of the event. So you never know what's going to happen at the A level. So Fat Kids, they have hit some balls pretty good in this game, but 10 Deep just has not played a very clean game, and that game is over there. Savage beats Sauce. They will play the winner of this game. Right now, it looks like the Fat Kids. Line drive, snag. Pinch runner got back.
Nico, stay right.
Meanwhile, the Goons lead 8-5 over there over Future.
Let's go, D.
I believe the Goons are winning. Tim, can you check that Goon score? So here's Brandon Molina.
Go, go, go,
And
go.
he hits a little fly ball that should be caught, and that'll do it. So we're going to head now top of the sixth.
Stay up, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Stay in this game. Let's go. Come on, Ed. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
So, George, the game that went final, was that Sub City? I'm just trying to see the scoreboard because the Goons game is directly to my left here. And just saw the third out of an inning. I wanted to see if they changed the inning or not to confirm the score over there.
Hey, look at that right there, Jay. Look your left. Look your left. Yeah,
So here's Bama Woods leading off. Long fly ball, and Luke Lowry can't get there, but it just hook foul down that left field line. So I may have it backwards. No, I don't think I have it backwards. I think the Goons are winning 8-5 because they did not change the fifth, and they're hitting. And they what? Okay. So Savage did beat Sauce. They'll play the winner here. And Bama, little ground ball off the glove. Safe at first. Good job by Chulo to change direction on that. Made it close. Noach reached up and barehanded it. So they grabbed themselves a base runner here. So Bama Woods finds his way on. Vino Sims up now. It's been all fat kids. They had a big first inning. And there's a little cut. That'll fall in front of Luke Lowry. Now he kind of fumbled it. He didn't use the glove. He tried to barehand the one hop. Kind of juggled it a little bit, and that allows both base runners to move into scoring position. And he reached out with the glove. I'm not even sure if Bama would have went there. It looked like he stopped, and he saw the bobble.
Hey, looking this way. Looking this way.
And it's going to bring up Troll Giles. And that pitch a little outside. And there's an overhand cut, and that ball is fair. Oh, I thought they might have sent the base runner. They are down a lot. But Luke Lowry was pretty emphatic in turning and throwing it to second. Coach didn't want to take a chance. That brings up Von Bardney. So we got a few raindrops starting to fall here. And there's a little ground ball out at second, safe at first. That was an example. He went head first there. That was a slow slide.
Jason, first time. Good one. Twist it again. Twist it again.
Hey, come on now, make a play. He's going to make a play right here.
Stop it now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So here's AP Pierce trying to cover the camera here as we got a few raindrops coming. I may try to duck underneath the roof of the dugout, and there he flips it. And nice catch there by the right fielder, Emilio Engel. So 12-7. Runner did score on that play on the tag. So 10 deep has got it back down to 5. Goons up 9-5. And it brings up Jeremiah Thomas. And they are really squeezing him on the infield. And there he just flips it over the top, but Lowry read it all the way, comes in and makes the catch. So we're going to duck underneath the roof of this dugout. Try to keep things a little drier. 12-7. Meanwhile, they've gone to the 6th. Goons leading 9-5. And if it starts to rain a little bit harder, we may have to shut off the feed. Try to keep everything dry. As they said that this was maybe going to happen once or twice during the day. And sure enough, we're getting not enough to stop a ball game yet, but...
Hey, come on, Mike. Let's go right here, kid. Go, Mike. Be heavy, man.
So here's Mike Cruz leading off. So we apologize for the angle, but trying to creep near a dugout in case it really starts pouring.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, Mike.
And there's a line drive. Whoa, high throw, not in time. Pulled the first baseman off the bag. Again, that is going to happen now because we got a little moisture on the turf. So that ball is going to be a little slick. And now they're going to re-enter for Cruz here. And now we got another pinch hitter coming up. Chu?
Yes.
So Chu hitting for Angelo. Chu, of course, wearing that Ponce Fiscal Fat Kid jersey.
Get out. Yeah, I'll take one. I'll go with that. Let's go one. Back!
And that's the second pickoff that went whizzing by today. And it's starting to come down a little harder now. And there's a little ground ball, and you could see TP had trouble as the ball is slick. And I'm going to try to get closer to this dugout opening.
Hey, check in, Frank. Frank, big ball here, Frank.
Come on, Bambino.
Oh, baby,
You know what the radar looks like?
Now it's starting to stop. So we had a just brief passing sprinkle. Looked like it was maybe going to start up. Now it like just virtually stopped. Just a drop or two still coming down. So we've been dodging raindrops all weekend here. We have had long periods of dry weather, and with the turf still on time. And there's a so he went to fake and the ball just came out of his hand. Usually you see the pitchers always have a towel with them. So TP kind of laughing a little bit. And there's a hard ground ball, and that sneaks through. One run's going to score. And the runner on first goes to third. So just guided it up the middle, 13-7. Goons leading 9-5 over there. hitting in the bottom of the sixth. And now it's already starting to get a little bit lighter. So, crazy weather even for Chicago. And here's Luke Lowry. And there's a high fly ball to center, Cordell Irving. And the one guy that's been rock solid defensively for 10 deep all day has been Irving, no matter where they've put him.
Let's go, Al. Let's go, Al.
So here's another pinch hitter. I'm sorry, looking at the wrong team here. Alex Rodriguez, pinch hitting. That ball just clipped the plate.
Hand up. Let's go, Al. Let's go, Al.
Takes a strike.
Let's go, Al. Good eye, kid. Good eye.
Let it be you.
And there's a little roller, TP over to Lewis. Not in time at first, but they do get the fielder's choice.
Way to hustle, Al. Way to hustle. Way to hustle. Let's go, Al. Way to hustle.
14-7 here.
Way to hustle, Al. Let's go, Tom. Stay ahead, Tom. Let's go, Tom. What's that, Rob? Go, Tom. Is that a strike? Come on.
Tom Boyle, hard ground ball, long throw in time, and that'll do it.
All right, come on now. Let's go, kid.
So they go to the seventh, 14-7. 10 deep needs 7 to keep the game going, 8 to take a lead, anything else. And Fat Kids will be advancing to play Savage in the winter bracket championship game. Meanwhile, they are in the 6th inning, 9-5 Goons. No, top of the 7th there as well. So I would have to say, hands down, the Goons are the surprise team of the event. Coming out of the B tournament where they finished tied for 5th. Still playing after 1 round, possibly 2 rounds here on Sunday. Top of the lineup, Peterson, Molina, out number 1. And I believe William is done scorekeeping for the day now. So he'll probably, I'll try to get him out for that winner's bracket championship game. Now the sun trying to peek out. Cordell Irving, he throws one foul down the line. Cordell has had a great ball game now. Both Sauce and if the score holds 10 deep, they are not out of the event. This is double elimination, so they'll be able to drop into the loser's bracket and potentially fight their way back. And it's always rough when you get dumped into the loser's bracket because you always have that momentary depression. And you got to kind of get your mind right. And there's a line drive caught by Camarillo down to their last out. And we'll get ready to catch the end of the Goons game. Right now they lead 9-5, top of the 7th. So here's Robert Lewis. It's a strange day when it's overcast. When it's overcast and it's breezy, it's on the chilly side. The sun pokes its head out here. And it warms up. Yesterday, I must have put my sweatshirt on and off about 30 times. So Angelo 3-0 here. Again, big lead. You just want guys to have to hit their way on here. So after falling behind 3-0, he's got it back to 3-2. And Lewis, a little pop-up, and little confusion there. Lowry from left field is standing in center. I don't know if Molina thought that he was going to just make the play. He never really moved. 2-out flare double for Fisher.
All over. Hey, one time to you, Emilio. Watch that middle. Watch that middle. Watch that left hand. Boys! Watch the left field line.
And Fisher, a little ground ball, and that sneaks through. So a couple of 2-out hits. 10 deep makes it 14-8. Still got a lot of work to do. And that game is over. The Goons have won 9-5. They advance. I made a mistake on the live bracket. I inadvertently went a game too far last night at 2 in the morning when I was updating it. And I had F-Town beating the Goons, which was incorrect. We'll try to correct that. And Bama Woods smokes it foul. And so they called us and said, wait, would something happen? And we're like, no, your game is on. And the Goon kids were cracking me up. They were like, wow, you're motivating us. We were pissed off. You had us losing. So I apologize to F-Town if I motivated the young lads. So Bama Woods trying to extend the game here. This is the last of the 11 o'clock games still playing. Next round of games will kick off at 12:30. And Bama hits a soft foul ball. No, that's fair. Excuse me. So Bama keeps the game going. Now it's 14-9. As all of this coming with 2 outs. So Bama Woods strokes a double down the right field line. Brings up Vino Sims.
Somebody make a play. Let's go.
So they got the first 2 outs easy. The big hit was the flare by Robert Lewis that fell in. And that allowed this little mini 2-out rally here.
Go ahead, good work, kids.
Let's get this out. Pitch go.
Go in.
Come on, Ange.
So Angelo now falling behind. Grabs a strike there.
Let's make it the last one. Let's go.
Takes another strike. Full count. Down to their last strike here is 10 deep. And there's a hard ground ball to Boyle. Pitch and catch. So the Fat Kids will advance. They'll play Savage in the Winter Bracket Championship game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will have more softball shortly.